Welcome to a Nitpicking Nerds deck tech for a brand new commander, Syr Gwyn of Ashvale.
We're going to be equipping our knights and then swinging into the red zone.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Sir Beezy, and today...
What? I want to be Sir Joe Cherries.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Today, we're the Sir Nitpicking Nerds, and if you like our content, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you like our content? You can subscribe to us for free. It doesn't cost any money.
And besides, you want to be subscribed because our subscribers are 10% more likely to do good in their next jousting match. Maybe even win it.
Disclaimer, subscribing to the Nitpicking Nerds will not increase your chances of winning a jousting match.
These guys? You think these guys are going to win?
You think what are the odds that any of our subscribers actually have, one, ever been in a jousting match, and two, are going to have a jousting match soon?
And then they have to win.
Well, we increase the chances by 10. Do we even need a disclaimer for that one? I don't feel like we do.
We might. Like, we can still get into legal issues when people do it just to get the money from us, from it.
Why don't you go ahead and read Syr Gwyn?
Syr Gwyn, hero of Ashvale. 3 red, white, black for 5/5 with vigilance and menace. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Equipment you control have Equip Knight 0, which is a new ability, I think. Equip blank. There's Equip Legendary on Blackblade Reforged.
Yeah.
This feels just new to me.
It's pretty new. I mean, they haven't done it very much at all. Equip Knight means we can put any one of those little equipments on for, what's this say, 0 mana, which is
0 mana. The Pure Steel Paladin ability. It kind of looks like they just looked at Pure Steel Paladin and went, what kind of commander do I want with this?
What if he was a Mardu Knights commander?
Yeah, what if it was Mardu Knights? Obviously,
How much
Mardu
money
Knights.
did we spend on this deck?
Well, we spent $335 on this deck, and this deck's ready to go. Rock and roll.
This deck is very reasonable because, there's a card that goes in this deck that increases it by $100.
Is it Stoneforge Mystic?
Yep. It's 25% of the deck if you put it in. So we didn't put it in.
No thanks.
Because we're not trying to make the budget super high.
Yeah, we'll pass on that. If you're looking for this deck list, you can find it in the description. We're now using the TCG Player deck builder as opposed to Tapped Out.
Yep, and if you go through that link to get there, you buy some of the cards for this deck, it helps support us now.
Whoa.
Special shout outs to TCG Player. Thanks for working with us.
Cool boys up there.
Cool boys.
Some cool dudes.
I like boys. Cool boys.
Cool boys supporting cool dudes with cool dudes and 0.4% female supporters.
We love
Let's
you.
get into the deck.
We love you, Evelyn.
Let's get into the deck. Categories. This is an equipment night deck, so the first category is equipment.
So let's just go over all the equipment, right?
This is every equipment in the deck.
BZ's favorite equipment in all of Magic, I think. Skull Clamp.
It's kind of dumb. It's not really an equipment. It's more of an enchantment.
Yeah.
Pay 1, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards.
Yeah, it's silly. Skull Clamp is a creature gets +1, -1, and when that creature dies,
draw 2 cards.
Draw 2 cards, and it's like play for 1.
Oh, it helps
for
kill
1.
the creature. Perfect. So if you have any dumb 1/1s lying around, boom. If they don't, in addition to granting you the kill an X1 bonus to draw 2 cards, if you attack with a relevant creature, you'll draw your card off of Ashvale Gwyn.
It's just, yeah. It's
If you draw your card off Gwyn, now they don't want to block it.
But
you already got a card, and they're about to give you 2 more, and it's probably going to trade because it has more power now.
no one man should have all that power.
So the Skull Clamp's going to make your attackers unblockable, basically.
Yeah, not really unblockable. They're
Virtually. It feels bad.
A lot of times you're going to eat them.
Feels bad.
I'm not saying it feels good, but you're going to eat
Depends.
them a lot of the time.
We have Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots. Both equipment cost 2. Lightning Greaves equips for 0 and gives Shroud and Haste. Swiftfoot Boots equipped for 1 because it gives Hexproof and Haste.
Yep, and both of them will cost 0 often with your commander out.
You just can't... With Lightning Greaves, you can't equip something to the creature that has Lightning Greaves on it. Just equip Lightning Greaves to something else, then equip all the equipment you want, then equip Lightning Greaves last.
Yeah, or...
Because it gives Shroud. Bloodforged Battle Axe. I love this card.
It's a cool little, it duplicates when you hit with it.
Yeah, it's just bone splitter, basically, and then when they hit, it clones itself.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like the
love
art
this
too.
one.
It's like they're pulling it out of some goop. It looks weird.
I think it's like Eldrazi stuff.
I love it.
I don't know what's going on.
Super cool. But they're all going to cost 0 to equip.
They all cost 0 to equip. It's going to make you actually use all of the extra tokens you have.
You're gonna put a Bone Splitter on every one of your creatures you can.
Eventually, yeah. And that's going to draw you more cards with Gwyn.
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 That's such a weird name.
Next, this is your favorite card in the deck.
Oh, this is not close to my favorite card in the deck. It also is it's just a Brawl combo. It literally exists in Brawl.
Agreed.
Colossus Hammer. This is 1 mana for an equipment, but it costs 10 to equip.
I think it's 8 to equip.
Is it? It costs $1 million to equip. It's an unreasonable amount to equip intentionally.
There's a reason we don't know what it really costs.
Yeah, the creature gets +10/+10 and loses flying.
Yes.
I love that flavor.
And if we have our commander, it also has Equip Knight 0.
Yep.
So one of our creatures gets +10/+10 and loses flying.
That's nothing to scoff at. +10/+10.
That's nothing to scoff at.
What is wrong with saying that?
That's nothing to scoff at.
What? I didn't. It's not even on the script. I literally said it.
It sounded like it was.
It's nothing to scoff at because to +10/+10 is a lot to any creature.
For 1 mana, I'll play that all day.
For 1 mana and then 0, even if the creature dies that has it.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to clown with that.
Now that sounds more scripted. Down to Clown sounds way more scripted.
No. Darksteel Plate. These are all cards we don't normally play. Darksteel Plate, 3 mana for an artifact. It's indestructible. The equipped creature is indestructible. That's how you make Gwyn indestructible. Now they are having a harder time removing Gwyn, who is going to be super annoying. Gwyn's going to be targeted a lot.
Yeah, these things that we wouldn't normally play, it turns out they're good if you can play them for 0.
If you equip them for 0 and it just becomes auras, basically, yeah, we're going to play those cards.
Yeah, and auras you can move.
Auras you can move around at will.
You know, we're making equipment sound like way better than they are because like they are auras you can move around at will usually, but like.
But I'm not paying 4 mana to equip Nim Deathmantle to anything.
Yeah.
But I will pay 0 mana to equip Nim Deathmantle.
I'm not paying 8 mana to give someone a Colossus Hammer.
I'm not paying anything for Colossus Hammer. Get out of here. I'll just move it over and cheat and we'll risk getting caught.
Sunforger.
We didn't even say what Nim Deathmantle does.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was the next card. Nim Deathmantle. Wow.
Nip, bup, boop.
You're going to have to read this one. I don't
It's
know.
+2/+2. It has Intimidate. It's a zombie. When it dies, you pay some mana, then it comes back.
Okay, I wasn't sure how it was worded exactly.
When the equipped creature dies, pay mana, then it comes back.
Yeah, and for equip 0, it's a pretty good start.
Heck yeah. You can attack with whatever you want. Even Gwyn. Just have her die, pay the mana, she comes back.
Gwyn. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It it feels gross to say Gwyn.
I'm sorry.
Sunforger, BZ, and me have been huge components for this card in the channel.
We are huge components for this card. And we are also huge proponents of this card.
No.
It's gives a creature +4/+0 when you can pay Boros and unattach it. Search for an instant that's red or white that costs 4 or less, and you cast it for free.
There's a bunch of them in this deck. You can take a look.
We have 8 in here, and that's a little low.
You can go ahead
Sunforger's not the main focus.
Yeah, you can go ahead and click on the deck list and
This is
check
card.
it out.
This is card advantage. This is removal. This is tricky savior creatures. I love Sunforger. There's a whole video about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more cards than, again, we stuck to a budget. So there's a lot more cards that fit in a Sunforger patch case that didn't make this deck. Like, for one, Teferi's Protection. Again, didn't want to add $40 to the budget. I mean, we kept this to a reasonable budget. Under, like, $350 seems unreasonable to a lot of people, but I don't think it's an unreasonable amount for an EDH deck. I think it's a pretty cheap EDH deck if you want to be semi-competitive.
And there's even cards you can cut, like Sword of Feast and Famine, which costs at least $30 right now. Gives creature +2/+2, pro black, pro green. When it hits a player, they discard a card, and you untap all your lands, which is borderline take an extra turn.
How many L's are in the word pro?
Pro, 1.
Oh, Plo Green.
It's short for professional, which has 1 L. There's also Sword of the Animist. 2 mana, equips for 2. Creature gets +1/+1. Nobody cares. When it attacks, you search for a basic land and put it into play tapped.
That's like one of our favorite equipment.
This is one of the best equipment ever. In Commander, it's one of the best equipment. I like it better than Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots, that's for sure. And Whisper Silk Cloak.
In a night deck like this, say you didn't have the Equip 0 on our commander, I think I would still put the sword in because you're creature based in Mardu. You really want something like sword.
Oh, are you Mardu? You need Sword of the Animist.
Yeah, especially if you're creature based.
That card is a staple. That card is a staple of Commander. Oh, this is an equipment night deck. So how about the equipments? I mean, the knights.
We already talked about the equipment.
I'm sorry. How about the knights?
Next to the knights. Next we have Ariel, Knight of Windgrace. 2 white black, legendary human knight, 4/4, vigilance. 2 white, tap it, create a 2/2 knight with vigilance. Black, tap it, tap X untapped knights you control. Destroy target creature with power X or less.
There's so many Night Matters cards that this deck just kind of got filled with them. We don't need to
really
spend a
like
ton of time
knights.
on them. Knights are good. Having knights is good. We also have Cavalier of Dawn, Cavalier of Night, and Cavalier of Flame. They all do something cool when they enter. They all do something cool when they die.
Yeah, and putting like a nived up mental on these is really cool.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because they trigger, and they come back, they trigger, they trigger.
Love it. They're a little hard to cast, but the mana base is good in this deck. We have Inspiring Veteran, which is the new card from Throne of Eldraine. Boros for a 2/2. Other knights get +1/+1. Super simple.
How simple is it?
I'm done explaining it.
Oh, wow, it was that simple. You're right. We have Kinsbale Cavalier, which is knights get double strike
Knight Exemplar gives your other knights indestructible.
and +1/+1.
And +1/+1. I'll take that all day.
And Valiant Knight.
Gives them +1/+1. You can pay 5 to give them all double strike. All of them.
Oh, Valiant Knight's cool. I remember that card, and that was C19, right?
Literally, you don't, because you were about to read it and you didn't know what it did.
I do.
Fail.
History of Benalia as a saga costs 1 white. So sagas, when they enter, they do the thing. Then they do a thing on your next draw step. It's weird. And then they do it again. So
Wow.
the first one, you get a knight. The second one, you get a knight. And the third one, all your knights get +2/+1.
We did equipment. We did knights. How about equipment knights?
I like it's so.
There's that many. It's a whole category.
We got knights. We got equipment.
we got equipment knights.
Equipment knights. So we have Piercedale Paladin.
And Oriok Steel Shaper. Pure Steel Paladin makes your equips 0 and draws a card whenever you cast an equipment.
Yep, if you have Metalcraft, right?
Yeah, we're going to have Metalcraft. There's like 20 artifacts in this deck. Oriok Steel Shaper. Your equipment's cost 1 less to equip. As long as he's equipped, soldiers and knights you control get +1/+1.
So he's a lord, and he makes equipping cost 1 less, which is awesome because we're not always going to have our commander.
Yeah, you wouldn't think there was so many equipment knights, but well, Balan, Wandering Knight. He lets you pay 1 and a white to attach all equipment to him.
Oh, I love this card.
This card is so sweet. I want to attack somebody with suited up, ridiculous Balan.
Or just attack, and they have to block Balan no matter what.
Yeah.
Because you could just like pull all the equipments to him.
Right, he's going to be a disaster to deal with.
Oh, he's awesome.
Love it.
He was actually just on Ranking Every Commander, if you want to check that out.
And so was Danitha Capuchin, Paragon. 3 mana 2/2, lets you equip for cheaper. Well, lets you play equipment for cheaper. And she has First Strike Vigilance Lifelink.
Plus, every time you draw this card, you get to look at that beautiful art.
Oof, sick art.
So beautiful.
Sick art. Who else?
Kodo Bandit Lord. He comes in, he searches for an equipment, puts it in play,
Right into play.
hey, and then it might cost 0 to equip.
It probably does.
So you just put it on for 0. Whatever you got, doesn't matter.
You could include the Helm of the Host Infinite Combats combo in here, but I didn't do that.
Some of those actually seems really good in this deck.
Well, it's awkward with your commander. You can't take Infinite Combats because you have to draw a card and lose a life every time. I just didn't put it in.
That's
You
fair.
easily could.
All right, so let's get into winning the game. Obviously, we're not taking infinite combats.
No, we're not taking Infinite Combats, but you could.
The first one is Smitten Swordmaster.
This isn't going to win you the game. It's just a really cool card I thought I'd highlight from Throne of Eldraine. It's got Adventure, so you can adventure it for 1 black, and each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of knights you control.
We have a lot of token makers for knights, and we just have a lot of knights. Almost all of our creatures are exclusively knights. This can easily drain for like 10, which is huge. That's 40-point life swing right there.
You gain the life, and they lose the life. It's perfect.
Though it's sad that they chose to go with the boring wording, where you can't just gain 1,000,000 life off of it.
You can't Grey Merchant them, the Grey Merchant type, or
Yeah.
the Extort.
Go back to that wording.
All right, we also have Corpse Knight, which is black-white for a 2/3, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. Oh, I'm sorry, is it not a 2/3?
This card is funny because it was misprinted in
Pre-release.
pre-release. Yeah,
The worst time to misprint it.
Yeah, so it said it was a 2/3, and it had to be announced at the pre-release, and all pre-releases actually.
Yes.
That is actually a 2/2, regardless that all of them say 2/3.
All of them say 2/3, and it just seems like a push card. It doesn't seem like it's over the top.
No.
It's very easy to just go, yeah, this is a 2-mana 2/3.
I would believe that. It
It's
seems
a 2-mana
reasonable.
2/2, realistically.
And it also comes in pretty much every single one of the premium packs. I have like 15 of foils of these.
Yeah, well, those are the 2/2s, though.
They're
I wonder
actually
if the 2/3s will be worth something.
probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe if the card was did
Better.
something like
Or a rare.
because like the Ashak misprint is worth something.
Which one's that?
Like the Japanese Ashak had +2 instead of +1.
I think it said +3. Because the Ashok is +2.
Whatever it did, it had the wrong thing listed on the card.
Yeah.
Which is, I know that's worth a little bit more money now because
Well, everyone loves Ashiok.
yeah,
And it was a mythic.
Isn't that just like $20?
I don't think
foil?
that's not that. Oh, a foil Theros one?
Yeah.
Probably about that, maybe more.
Even though he's played No way.
Stone horrible now. No, it's understanding. What's the next way to win the game?
Syr Conrad the Grim.
All right. He's a 5/4. Whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, this guy deals 1 damage to each opponent. You can pay 1 in a black. Each player mills 1. This will do so much damage.
Yeah, it makes people not want to board wipe you. That's for sure.
You can just take your whole turn. Pay 2 mana to deal 2 damage to each opponent.
It's not quite that high on average because most decks aren't playing 50% creatures, but you're gonna hit for at least 1 most of the time. Sometimes you're gonna hit for more.
And that's just an ability he doesn't need to have. This is a really good ability.
It's awesome.
So good. And the final way to win the game would be Knight's Charge. 1 black-white for an enchantment. Whenever a knight you control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life.
No!
You can pay 8 mana and sacrifice it to reanimate all your knights at once, and you can do it at instant speed. So this card's going to end games for sure.
This card is legitimately very good. And in fact, I'm calling it the Gourmet Bagel of the deck.
What's that?
The Gourmet Bagel? So all the other cards in this deck, they're night bread and butter cards.
Nightly bread and butter.
They're the nightly bread and butter that you put on the butter with a sword.
Got it.
But the Gourmet Bagel is something better. It's the best card in the whole entire deck.
We saved it for last.
I think this card is the best card in the deck. It's so cool.
It's really good.
You get a Hellrider effect every single time, but also you're gaining life. Hellrider was already a pretty sweet card.
Hellrider only did it to the defending player, I think.
Oh, that's true. Hellrider did
This
only do it
just
to the defending
deals,
player.
every one of your creatures gets an extra 3 points of damage in.
It's so pushed for Brawl.
So pushed for Brawl. But we'll take it too, because this is the same format as Brawl, but better.
Strictly better.
So that was the deck. If you want to go buy any of the new cards, hey, maybe check out the description. Maybe we're linking to some of those new things. Maybe you could just check out the deck list, buy what you want from the deck list, but
Support
we're
us.
done here. You can also support us on Patreon. 23 people are way ahead of you and are already doing that.
2 more, and we're doing our Ask Us Anything on Discord. Or no, we're doing a video about it, but we're polling from Discord to get our questions.
Yes, polling from Discord. That is our video. We love you all.
As much as we can, without making you uncomfortable.
Doing that. So we're going
Interrupting.
to leave now. Peace
Peace
out,
out,
guys.
out.